Namibia's natural biodiversity and resources form the basis of Namibia's economy and our human well-being. This is our capital, our natural capital, which we should value and take care of. About 70% of Namibia's population directly relies on the natural resource base for their livelihood. Ecosystems and their biodiversity provide for various ecosystem services that benefit all Namibians. These ecosystem services include fresh drinking water, wood for building purposes, livestock, and fish and wildlife. Nature is also endowed with assets that are not directly visible and measurable, such as sites and space for recreation and tourism, and ecological infrastructure, being forests, riverbeds, and bushveld that clean our water, protect us against floods, recharge our aquifers, and contribute to food security. Firstly, we have to identify and estimate the monetary worth of the services nature provides. If we don't measure these, we can't manage them. As a case in point, Namibia should determine how many elephants, zebras, and rhinos are browsing the savannah. How many tourists come here to only see them? What do they spend on accommodation, transport, and support services? How many jobs are created? Secondly, we need to value nature. Too often, we take nature for granted and perceive it to cost nothing. Aquifers provide drinking water, for example. They need to be protected and managed wisely. Once aquifers are depleted and their water supply stops, we realize how valuable these resources have been. The conservation of Namibia's biodiversity thus depends on our understanding and commitment to measure, value, and manage nature. To bring about the valuation of ecosystem services, amongst others, the Resource Mobilization for Biodiversity Conservation Project, the ResMob project in short, has been established. The ResMob project functions under the auspices of the Ministry of Environment and Tourism, with the cooperation of the GIZ, that has been commissioned by the German Federal Ministry for the Environment, Nature Conservation, Building and Nuclear Safety. The project's overarching goal is to position Namibia such that it can effectively and efficiently mobilize more resources for biodiversity. More than $1 billion Namibian dollars in total have been spent on biodiversity, which in future is expected to decrease by an alarming rate of 23%.
This downward trend needs to be reversed. Additional financial resources should be mobilized and reinvested in our nature. The ultimate achievement would be to meet the goals of the second National Biodiversity Strategy and Action Plan adopted by Cabinet. The key product of the Resource Mobilization Project thus will be a National Resource Mobilization Strategy for Biodiversity Conservation. It will contain specific proposals for policy options and economic instruments on how to provide for the financial resources necessary to reach an appropriate level of investment.
Namibia needs to get its incentives in order. Incentives that will promote investment in biodiversity. Incentives that will discourage environmental harmful behavior and highlight the immense value of nature. To effectively support the mobilization of resources, we need to get the metrics spot on and underpin supportive arguments with real and convincing data.
The economic value of our nature should then to be included in our national accounts for the sake of our politicians and industry leaders to make better and informed decisions. By doing so, biodiversity and its ecosystem services will receive the highest and deserving priority and thus be incorporated into our national development plans.
To sustain the achievements of the ResMob project, it is busy investing in human capital and skills development. The ResMob project initiated the Environmental Economics Network of Namibia that brings together like-minded individuals to exchange views, facts, and ideas on environmental economics. Furthermore, Namibia's universities are supported in their endeavors to nurture more future environmental economists who will help Namibia to grasp the true value of nature. By getting our metrics and the incentives right, we can realistically make our nature count.